The new program is ready and it's now time to test it out. It's not really an entirely new thing, it's mostly an overhaul of what I've been doing up until now, with a few much needed changes just to take into account the fact that I will be using two different gyms and they both have different equipment, so I will be prioritizing some exercises and patterns when I am training from the home gym as opposed to when I'm going to the normal commercial one that has a much wider range of equipment and accessories. A good part of the exercises and rep ranges is going to stay mostly unaltered because I felt like they were serving me well up until now, and the training philosophy, the core of it stays the same also. It's full body daily training. And of course, by full body, I do not mean training every body part daily because that would be insane. It would be mad. But what I am trying to focus on is to do something for both the upper and the lower part of the body on a daily basis, with focus on certain aspects of it. And by shifting this focus day by day on different parts of this training routine, I am able to hopefully balance it out in terms of intensity and volume in a way that allows me to recover from one day to the next without having too much fatigue carrying over and disrupting the progress. That was the main difficulty of setting things up, because I knew that training daily means that there is a high risk of overdoing things and fatigue accumulating over time and getting in the way of things. So I had a blueprint in my head that was basically following the same principles of prioritizing a certain part of the body, be it upper or lower, or focusing a bit more on stuff like explosive work to be able to alternate things in a way that allowed the part that was just worked to have a couple of days to recover fully before hitting it again in a harder way. And also using stuff like isolations for the part that was not going to be worked much on that day in order to get some volume in of stuff that I noticed I was kind of struggling to fit in a way that it was cohesive with the whole of the program and not just adding stuff for the sake of completeness. And that was one of the things that I really wanted to change with the previous way that things were set up, because I feel like stuff that was more arm focused, the arm work wasn't really very well implemented, and I hope that in this new iteration is going to be something that is more an integral part of it instead of just an addition, because I felt it was a bit lackluster in that specific area. And another much needed change that I was really eager to put in was regarding the exercise selection on specifically the upper body pushing department, if I need to categorize it in a way that it's easy to understand. What I noticed was that there were many different variations of pushing movements that I wanted to implement in my program, but they were kind of piling onto each other and not really allowing me to place them in a way that I was able to do them and recover from them. When also considering the fact that in the pulling department, I was kind of set in the exercise selection. The only thing that I had to improve on and to add was probably some higher rep body weight only work. But concerning pushing stuff, I wanted to do a ton of things, and that was mainly in the overhead pressing part of it, which was work for the handstand and the road towards the handstand push-up, and also overhead pressing in order to get some proper strength to help with that, without forgetting about the horizontal pushes. So I'm a fan of push-ups, and I was doing weighted and body weight only push-ups. What I think I will be doing now is to remove the weighted stuff and add weight onto dips, which were something that because of my shoulder injury over the last year or so, I wasn't really able to give much space to. But I think that I am now, so that is going to be coming in. And at the same time, I also thought that because I'll be working from the home gym as well, that doesn't have much equipment, it would be important to be doing something with dumbbells also. So the incline pressing is going to stay in there. And what I will be doing is just having 2 separate weeks in which I'm alternating exercises in a way that they kind of complement each other, and they train all aspects of the pushing department without being too many. And this way I can get them all in, because I believe that they are all valuable and a necessary part of this program when I think about what I would like to accomplish in the medium to long term. So that is probably the main change, the fact that over 2 weeks there's going to be 2 different sets of exercises, mainly for the pushing stuff. The rest is going to stay kind of the same, and the one thing that I also wanted to add was some extra squat work for the lower body in the more strength category of it all. And I wanted to reintroduce back squats because my shoulder injury is now in a position where it allows me to get back squats in without feeling any discomfort, and I'm really happy about that. So I think that I will be doing squats, the back squats, in a slightly lower rep range to try and add some extra weight, and then doing the front squats in a slightly higher rep range, as they are also the more technical lift, and I need to get better at that. So I'm kind of excited to see if the changes that I've made are going to be conducive to my goals, and yeah, let's get on with it. Ciao.